Gary from MrG Shave, back for another Monday Battle of the Blades. I haven't done one of these in a while, so forgive me if I mess things up a bit. This is my second attempt at introducing the video. Right, hardware today. The Battle of the Blades involves two very similar looking blades. So they're both Gillette 7 o'clock, and on one side you've got Permasharp and on the other side you've got Super Stainless. The Super Stainless I think are made in Russia and the Permasharp are made in India. The only other difference is really at the back. They have slightly different packaging at the back. So I have put, if I remember correctly, I have put the stainless, Super Stainless in the rose gold, but we'll find out at the end anyway, because as I say, I've already tried to do this introduction once and I can't be bothered to take everything apart again. And then we're doing the Permasharp in the gunmetal. These are both, let's get my glasses, on plate 3. You should be able to see that. I'm hoping you can see that. So there you go, plate 3 and plate 3. So there you go. So they're both on plate 3. The brush I'm going to use is the Sterling two-banded green sort of replica vintage synthetic 24mm tuxedo knot brush. I'm using my Ellipse bowl from Amazon, which I really enjoy using. I've already got the soap in and I'll tell you about that in a bit. But that's basically the hardware. So what I'm doing now is just dropping the razors in the water, and I'm just going to get myself ready and I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. Pre-shave today is going to be Pears Soap. It's just a glycerin based soap. Any glycerin based soap will do. Just going to rub some of that on. Probably need a bit more water on my face if I'm honest. So as you've seen in my budget shaves, I don't have to use all the expensive pre-shaves and things like that. I can just use a basic glycerin soap and get exactly the same result as I would with the more expensive ones. I think, you know, I mean, give them their dues. Perazzo are excellent pre-shaves because you can use them as a pre-shave and a post-shave. So they're dual purpose. But would I say I get a better shave out of a Perazzo pre-shave cream or using a glycerin-based soap? No, I wouldn't have said so. I wouldn't say I get a better or worse shave. So it's you know, it's kind of neutral. But yeah. Oh yeah, I suppose the elephant in the room. Yeah, Italy won. Italy beat England. Well done, Italy. I think both teams were very evenly matched, and I think that's why it ended up as penalties. England they were definitely better than Italy in the first half, and Italy were definitely better than England in the second half. An extra time, I would have said, you know, everybody just held on for dear life. We don't have a particularly good track record when it comes to penalties, but the fact that we stood our own ground against Italy, who were obviously favourites to win, you know, they'd gone such a long time without being beaten. I think it's 30 matches, including this match. And here's me professing I don't know anything about football. Well, the only information I'm talking about today is stuff that I've picked up over the last few days. But they were very evenly matched, in my opinion. I thought there were some dubious tackles, shall we say, God, I'm blooping. But those happen in every game. Certainly all the international games that I watch. So, at the end of the day, we lost, or England lost. I mean, my team Wales lost a very long time ago. So, you know, that's why I prefer rugby. At least Wales have a good chance of winning a game. Right, so I'm going with the gunmetal, which I think, pretty sure this is the Indian Permasharp version. Going with the grain. The one thing that I've definitely picked up from watching football over the years and ever since this penalty shootout thing has come into effect, I just wish there was a different way of doing it. When you consider Gareth Southgate, it's still painful for him to talk about the missed penalty he made. And that was years ago. And the fact is that the three players on the England side that missed are never going to forget that. It scarred them for life. I'm going with the Super Steel now. So far, not feeling any difference at all, if I'm honest. But we'll see as we go through the passes. Yeah, I mean, this is supposed to be a sport. It's supposed to be a game. It's supposed to be something that you enjoy. Penalties are not enjoyable for anybody, whether you're a spectator or a player. Nobody likes penalties. And if you are the one that misses and that causes your team to drop out of a championship, that can leave you with scars. You know, mental scars for the rest of your living days. They'll always be there, and people, especially when you're at that level, will always remind you of the times. How many times has Gareth Southgate been reminded of the time that he missed? And every time he looks very uncomfortable, and he's quite open about the fact that it still hurts. That's never right, to put an athlete through that kind of pressure and that kind of something that's going to scar them forever. I don't see that that's right. Right, I'm going to try and concentrate a little bit more on the blade feel now. Just make sure I hadn't got my glasses on when I showed this to the camera, so I'm just making sure. Yeah, that's on 3. Yeah, I just don't see the point. You know, I would have thought something like a sudden death, sort of 15 minutes sessions, and whoever scores first wins. That's what I would say would work better. It's a sudden death type thing. So this side across the grain is straight up. Not really telling a lot of difference here. This is really interesting. I suspected there'd be very little in it because they both got the same packaging. Everything's the same. You know, one's super stainless, one's Permasharp, but really, I'm not 100% certain. Now, I haven't talked about the soap. The soap is a sample that was sent to me by Billy. This one's Mickey Lee Soapworks Hallowed Harvest. So this really does have the scent of a sort of a Halloween pumpkin style scent. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I'm not sure whether that is a scent that I would go for. I've never had anything like this scent in my den. Would I go out and buy it? I don't know. The performance is second to none. It's excellent. The scent is probably scent strength 5, maybe 6, but it has been sat in a tub, in a plastic tub, you know, this, without a lid. I mean, it's just basically, the lid is just the paper. So that was the lid. So it's just been sat there, and it's been sat there for quite a while. So, you know, I can't honestly say that I'm getting the correct scent. It definitely smells like Halloween to me. It's definitely got that Halloween smell. Maybe I would use it around Halloween. Probably the wrong time of year to try this. So we're going against the grain. So against the, got to make sure I get the right hand on the right side. So right, very smooth. Let's try this one. Okay, I think I've got a decision, well, not a decision, but I've got an opinion. The blade in the rose gold razor, which I think is the super sharp, feels smoother. Shoot me down if you want, but that's my current experience. There's not a lot in it, very, very little in it. You know, let's go for the pickup pass, but right now I wouldn't be able to tell them apart, I don't think. And this is almost a blind shave off because I've forgotten. I'm not 100% certain which razor blade is in which razor, but I did show you at the beginning, so you know. Yeah. This is a really difficult decision. The slickness of this soap is superb. But my opinion at the moment is the rose gold razor blade. Is definitely smoother. So let's have a look. Right, that's BBS all over. Let's find out which one's which. Gonna have a look. Excuse the gunky razor, but let's have a look and see. So this is the gunmetal. So I'm just going to unscrew it. You only need to open one on camera because the other one will be right. The gunmetal is the Permasharp. Let's just run that under the tab. That's the Permasharp. So the result is, I would say, the super stainless wins by a very, very slim margin. I think if I were to do a blind test, I might notice the difference in smoothness, but other than that, the only other way you could maybe make a difference to this result is the longevity test. So do 3 shaves, three pass shaves with it and see if there's any difference after that. But that starts to make things very complicated, so I'm not going to do that. But suffice to say, and just to prove it, I'll open this up so you can see. Let's just rinse off so you can see. So that's the rose gold super stainless. So for me personally, that's my preference. But there we are. You know, your mileage may vary. I don't see a huge difference in those blades. So, right, I'm going to clean up and I'll be right back. Right, I'm back, all ready for the post shave. Let's get the cold water on. Let's see if there's any difference with the alum. No real. A little bit down here. Probably about a 3 or a 4 out of 10 in terms of burn. Yeah, there's definitely a difference on this side. There's only about a 1 or a 2 out of 10 on that side. So, conclusions. That's an interesting test. The alum has shown me a bit of a difference, and it's a difference that I don't think can be accredited to a difference in technique or an overshaved area. I would say, based on that the Permasharp ones are probably more efficient, slightly. There's not a lot in it, but they're slightly more efficient, but not as smooth. And the super stainless are really smooth, but again, only a little smoother than the platinum and slightly less efficient. But I get the same result on both sides though. Both BBS. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference from that. Right, let's wash the alum off. Oh, that's great. The never-ending Boots, Tea Tree and Witch Hazel. Come on, this has got to be it. No. there's still a little bit left. That's got to be one shave. I think the next time I use that, I'll finish it. That's what I've been saying for a long time, but I really do now, because I can't see how I can get another use out of that, full use. Right, the aftershave is Floid Black. Really like this. I think CB Shaves, Chris from CB Shaves, said this was one of his favourites, and I thought, well, if it's one of his favourites, I'll give it a go. And I have to say, it is excellent. It's really nice. Equal burn now on both sides. Very interesting. Those blades are so close you can almost not tell the difference, in my opinion. Others, you know, may have a different opinion, but from this shave, from experiencing this shave, there's a hair's whisker between the two blades in terms of performance. I'm going with Nivea Active Age, Active Age 6-in-1. And that, ladies and gentlemen, finishes off an excellent shave. And I would say it's sort of a draw. It depends what you want out of your shave, and if I'm honest, if you want a more aggressive razor blade, and you could only choose between those two, then I'd probably go the platinum. But there's nothing in it. There really isn't. I wouldn't say there's a huge difference. I could be wrong, but from this particular shave, the only difference was the smoothness or less efficiency, and even then, the difference was nothing. So that's my result. You may have a different result. If you do, put it in the comments below. The other thing I wanted to do before I end the video today is clear up the giveaway on Saturday. Is hashtag MrG Shave, all one, no spaces, hashtag MrG Shave, no S on the end, and I'll put it up there. Yeah, so if you can go back and check some of your entries, because there's been quite a few variations. It makes no difference whether they're uppercase, lowercase, or a mixture of both. Just hashtag MrG Shave, all one, without spaces and no S. So as I say, I've put it up there. Right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you now on Wednesday for my next straight razor shave. Hopefully I'll have a new razor in by then. If not, I'll be using a Shavette, which is also new to the den. But I've had it for such a long time, and I haven't got round to using it yet. So anyway, I will see you all on Wednesday.